This is file 252630 LG Fawn River versus Jerry Caldwell. The defendant has failed to appear. This is a demand for non-payment of rent. The rent was $292 per month, which really is pretty low. So obviously this is a subsidized unit. Ms. Strong, what's the current arrearage?
Currently, there is rent due and owing in the amount of $859.96.
Through January?
That is through January. There are court costs of $200.50 for a total through January of $1,060.46.
He hasn't paid since October. I'll ask Lynn, the manager, is he still there?
He is not. A couple weeks before Christmas, I contacted Stony Summy. He is a vet and he was placed here by Stony. According to Stony, he has him somewhere safe, but his apartment's full of stuff.
All right.
And I would like to be able to work with Stony to get this gentleman's personal belongings so it doesn't go to the road.
And what I would
Yes.
note for the record and for Mr. Caudle and for Mr. Summy is if he turns in keys prior to the writ date and cleans out his property, he won't have an eviction on his record. So the hope is that we can avoid that, but we don't have him here to do any kind of other resolution.
Well, we have a second mailing here. He was served by attachment. So, Ms. Strong, are you going to ask for a default or do you want me to set it for a subsequent hearing?
I am going to be requesting a default based on that second mailing, only because we need to make some progress with this unit. But my hope, and I rely on Lynn to continue communicating with Mr. Summy and try to help Mr. Caudle land well in this circumstance.
All right. If you would email me a judgment.
Yes, Your Honor.
The date for the writ would be 10 days from today. Judge Pattison can sign it in my absence. Today is the 9th. And so the date for the writ would be the 19th.
I'll get that submitted, Your Honor.
One of the reasons to go ahead and do the default, there's a waiting list. There's people that would like to have this apartment. There's not enough housing stock, period. And there's certainly not enough subsidized housing stock where the rent's $200. So
Well, we are no
if
longer subsidized, Your Honor.
Oh, you're
We were
not? So it's
sold.
all market rent now?
It
But you
is,
still got a waiting list, I'm sure, of people that would like to move in.
well, the other problem is that Jerry could get a voucher from the USDA, and I have it right here. That's the other problem, and he needs this,
All right.
where he could go anywhere with this voucher. So I would really like to be able to work with him and be in touch with him so he can have this voucher.
And Lynn, if you
Well-
get communication from him, let me know and we can
Yes.
try to figure something out.
Well, Stony Summy is a great help for our veterans. And he's got him someplace. Is he a hoarder kind of a thing or just regular stuff in there?
It's just regular stuff.
All right.
But like I said, I was working with Stony and Stony informed me he does have him somewhere safe, which I'm thankful for, but I need some, either Stony be the middleman, somebody, he needs some
All right.
additional help.
I will send a copy of the judgment to Stony Summy.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Strong, I'm going to leave this afternoon about 2:30. So if you get that to me this morning, I'll sign it before I go.
I'll send it right over. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Lynn.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, that's two cases. Good morning, Mr. Dutka.
Good
Mr.
morning
Demeyer
again.
is here. Let's see if his client is here. It is 9:19. Let's see who
That's
Samsung is. Oops. I'll let Lynn go. There she goes. Good morning. You've logged in as Samsung. What's your name? You gotta unmute your microphone. Good morning. What's your name? It comes out backwards. Says you're on mute.
I'm
Somebody
on
said-
mute.
Yes, can
I'm
you hear
on-
me now?
I'm trying to, yeah,
All right,
I
well,
can hear you.
I can hear you now. What's your name?
Patricia Forrest Winters.
All right, well, you're in the right place.
Yes, sir. You gotta excuse me, I work third shift.
All right, well, all right, so you're in your sleep time. Is Randy Winters there?
Yes, Randy? The judge is here. He's coming now.
All right. Well, this is filed as a termination of tenancy. Your landlord, Mr. Demeyer, is here, and Mr. Robert Dutka is here for the landlord. As a tenant in a termination of tenancy case, you and your husband have the following rights. You have the right to hire a lawyer to represent you in this case. If you cannot afford one, we'll give you information about legal aid, and legal aid may be available to assist you. They're not here with us this morning. They usually are, or you could try to seek other legal advice. You have a right to have the case heard here in St. Joseph County, where the property is located. You have a right to demand a jury trial. If you wish to have a jury trial, you must tell me at this first court appearance or make the demand in writing within 5 days of today using the jury demand form, and be prepared to pay the $50 jury demand fee unless the judge waives it for your inability to pay. You may be able to reach an agreement with the landlord by going through community dispute resolution, and you can find, we could assist you with that if you're interested and the plaintiff is interested. You may be able to reach an agreement with the landlord. That means the case would get dismissed, in which case they could file something called a conditional order of dismissal. This is filed as a termination of tenancy. Your landlord has filed an extensive document listing the alleged violations of your lease. Good morning. It says, I will not be renewing your release, which expires on 12/4/25. You have broken the lease so many times. Your daughter, grandson, granddaughter are not on the lease. There's a dog in the apartment. There's a whole bunch of issues, and they simply want you to move. Yes?
The dog.
She said she would be here in person.
Meg will be here in person?
That's what she said.
Okay. Or
I
11?
have a lawyer.
Oh. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sir, I have a lawyer, Your Honor.
Who's your lawyer?
Mr. Freeman.
Who's your lawyer?
Mr. Freeman,
What's his first name?
Adam,
Okay.
and I also have fair housing involved.
All right, well, they allege that you've got unlisted people on the lease. They list that there's dogs in there. Your someone made threats to other people. Someone stole somebody's stuff off their porch. They want possession of their property back and they want you to leave. So the law says we have to adjourn this matter at least 7 days. If you have a lawyer, he isn't here. And I don't know where's Adam Freeman from?
Legal aid.
Oh, okay.
And I would like to go all the way with this. I need to speak with my lawyer first.
All
And,
right, well, we
see
have
what-
to set this for another hearing. So it could be
Okay.
set for a trial. Now, if you've got a dog in there, if you've
No, I
got people that are not on the lease that are living there, those are issues that could come up at a trial where people are placed under oath and we take testimony. But they want you to move and you apparently don't want to move. And go ahead.
I don't know what is wrong with this lady. Okay, I have videos and rain. I don't know what is wrong with Vicky.
Well, would you stand in one place? You're making me dizzy there by walking around.
I am so sorry, Judge. The thing about it is, I get along with everyone. When I first moved in here, this house was completely trashed. I have pictures from the time I moved in. My grandson is a lieutenant in the Army. He is not around at this time. My grandson, my kids, my grandkids, they are in the Army. And we had events and stuff. I have the pastor involved. I have people that will stand up for me because all of these are a bunch of lies. And I don't appreciate it.
All right, well, right now, they're just a contention. They want you to move and they've asked me to have a hearing. So no one is here from legal aid. They're going to be here in a little bit, but the law requires that I continue this matter at least 10 days. And I'm going to be gone for a few days, Mr. Dutka. So
Okay.
that takes us to Friday, the 23rd.
I'm free that day if that's the only day the court is free.
All right, let's set this for 10:30 to Friday, January 23rd, 2/6 at 10:30. Now, if they get what they ask for, you would have 10 days from that day to move out or be subject to being evicted. But it sounds like we may need to have a trial and test these allegations. You've seen the notice. It has all these things. Now, let me ask this, Mr. DeMeyer. In addition, is there unpaid rent?
Yes.
All
I
right.
think Mr. Duck has got a sheet
Mr.
on that.
Ducka, when was rent last paid?
The last I knew, and I could be wrong on this, the last rent paid was in October. It might be longer than that.
No. I
I
have proof.
it was October.
All right. Now, at this point, Ms. Winters, they're not asking you to pay the rent. They're asking you to move. But in addition, it says on January 9th, they said they haven't paid their rent for 4 weeks. The church paid their rent on 8/28/25. So I don't know if there's a shortfall in the rent, but they're not asking you to pay the rent. They're asking you to move. And they allege a number of violations of the lease, including a bunch of stuff, cars, dogs, unlawful tenants, other issues.
And
All right, so
Your Honor, I
Good.
think it should be stressed that actually the lease ended on December 4th. So
yes,
that's another factor, important factor, as a matter of fact.
the very first case we did today, Ms. Winters, the lease ended December 4th. So they sent the tenant a notice to quit on, ended on December 4th. They sent him a notice to quit on November 4th, saying we don't intend to renew your lease. This isn't a federally subsidized rental, it's just a rental. And when you have a lease and it expires and they give you a notice to quit, they can simply ask to terminate your tenancy. Now, they don't even need a reason other than the lease has expired. We want to sell the property. We want to tear it down and put up a parking lot. We want to have it empty so we can remodel it. They have a right to end the lease. So in other circumstances, they have to show just cause for termination of the lease. Now, so they can evict you at the termination of the lease. They can't evict you for a bad reason. But normally when the lease is up, they can simply ask for their property back. So they may not even need to prove all these allegations other than the lease is expired and we'd like to have our property back, and then they'll move out. But apparently, or hopefully, legal aid's gonna assist you with this. And
There's no-
say that again?
There's no communication, sir. There's no communication. That woman is very disrespectful. She is
Well,
very
maybe they don't want any communication. They just want you to move.
You know
And
what?
so,
I understand that, sir. Perfectly clear. Okay. I didn't get this age for nothing. Okay. I'm letting you know
all right,
right
well,
now
we've got
that-
Mr. Dutka on one side, and we may have legal aid on the other side, but they haven't filed an appearance, and if they do, Mr. Dutka is certainly available to talk with them. But we're not gonna do anything until at least January 23rd at 10:30. So that's our next hearing. Okay,
Okay, can I bring my, is this the way that, because my grandson is in the army and he was lied on and the army is going, we want this to be, proven. I'm
well,
asking.
we probably won't have a trial on that day. We may just discussing it further. But,
Okay,
all right, so
well,
as I said, there's one thing, they allege there's violations of the lease, but Mr. Dutka brings up the lease is expired. So they don't, may not even to get into the allegations. I'm sure legal aid will have a different perspective on it. They may allege improper termination or something, but we'll address that further. Your son doesn't need to be here from the army. You and Randy need to be here, but we'll address it further on Friday, January 23rd at 10:30.
Grandson.
All right, you're good to go. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Ducker.
Judge, please,
Yes.
Judge, I'm asking you, please, I'm asking you, and I'm asking you, please. I'm asking these people to back up. They're stalking us. We have it on camera. They're stalking us. They're disrespecting us. They're sending people. They're watching us.
All right, well, all right, just everybody need to stay away from each other for the next couple of weeks. But at this point, they can't even accept any rent because they filed it as a termination of tenancy. So you stay in contact with your lawyer. The DeMeyers, I'll direct them to stay away from you. And
Sir,
let's see if we
and-
can get somewhere on
and-
January 20th. All right, thank you.
Can
All right, Mr. Dutka, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
There's more to the story here. I've not heard from legal aid, but Meg is going to be here shortly, I think, on another case. And
That'll be
we'll,
good to find out.
all right, thank you. I'll see you next time.